Thinking of adding a new sparkle to your chest? Hi, I'm Rebecca from Bodyartforms. Let's talk about nipple piercings. Get ready because this one is going to be a long one. While this is an exciting piercing to get, it is definitely not an easy one to take care of and should be taken seriously. You'll want to do research beforehand to not only find a reputable and experienced piercer, but a piercer who you can trust and feel comfortable with. If you wish to do so, you may ask a friend or family member to go with you for support. Depending on your anatomy, horizontal, vertical, or even diagonal piercings are options. Your piercer will take a look at your anatomy and recommend the best way to pierce your nipples, the gauge, and the length of jewelry that will be used. This is a delicate piercing, so consider getting high-quality jewelry materials like implant-grade titanium for your initial jewelry. Nipples have a lot of nerve endings, so as you can imagine, the actual piercing will hurt. Just remember, it's over in a few seconds. If you are menstruating and usually experience sensitive breasts, you may want to avoid getting pierced during this time. Once you get the piercing, the real work begins. It can take up to a year or even longer to heal this piercing. Being diligent about aftercare is crucial. It's important to follow your piercer's aftercare instructions. Even with a good aftercare routine, there's still a chance the piercing may migrate or reject. Generally, you'll want to clean your piercing twice a day with a saline spray. Avoid wearing clothes that could snag the piercing. Opt for wearing loose-fitting clothes, and if you're someone who chooses to wear a bra, consider wearing a soft cotton bra or sports bra. As with any piercing, hands off the piercing and jewelry until your piercing is healed, and avoid any bodies of water like pools and beaches. Do not engage in oral nipple play either, as this could increase the risk of infections and complications. If at any point during the healing process you suspect an infection or that the piercing is rejecting or migrating, go see your piercer or a medical professional immediately. Once your piercing heals, you can have fun with the jewelry. You can wear anything from barbells, rings, clickers, circular barbells, captive rings, nipple stirrups, and nipple shields. At bodyartforms.com, we have tons of styles to accentuate your nipples. Now let's go over some common questions about nipple piercings. What about pregnancy? Pregnancy can make your nipples more sensitive and potentially prolong healing. If you're planning to get pregnant, you might want to postpone your piercing. Additionally, if you plan on nursing, you want to make sure that your nipples are completely healed to avoid any possible infections. Can you breastfeed with piercings? Yes, it's still possible. Since the piercing is connected to the milk ducts, the larger piercing holes may cause a heavier and messier milk flow. If you're not pierced yet and you plan on nursing in the future, we can't stress enough the importance of going to an experienced and knowledgeable piercer. Nipple piercings done incorrectly can lead to scarring and can cause complications with nursing down the line. Now, if you're nursing, it's important to remove any jewelry to ensure your baby is able to latch on properly and so they don't risk swallowing or choking on any small jewelry parts. While you can remove and insert the jewelry every time you breastfeed, it can be a hassle. Instead, some parents opt to remove the jewelry altogether during the nursing period. If you decide to do this, keep in mind that there's a chance the piercing will shrink or close up once you have weaned your baby. Don't worry, you can always get your nipples re-pierced. You'll have to wait a few months until you do so. One of the allures of nipple piercings is that they can increase fun in the bedroom. So, do nipple piercings affect sensitivity? Nipples are filled with nerve endings, and the piercings make the nipple more pronounced by preventing it from laying flat or retracting. If you're someone who isn't aroused by nipple play, this piercing can help with sensitivity in that area. If you're someone who already enjoys nipple play, then nipple piercings can likely increase your sexual stimulation. However, this will vary from person to person. What about inverted and flat nipples? It may be possible to pierce flat or inverted nipples. In some cases, getting your nipples pierced can help get inverted nipples back out. However, inverted nipples are at risk of migration. As with any piercing, your piercer will have to examine your anatomy to see if the piercing can be performed. Are you still able to get nipple piercings if you've had surgeries done on your chest? This isn't easy to answer. Procedures like breast augmentation, breast reduction, or top surgery can affect your nipples. Scar tissue may make it difficult to get your nipples pierced, and sometimes it might not be possible. If your anatomy still allows for nipple piercings, then the healing process may be even more difficult and longer. You should wait a couple years after a surgery before getting your nipples pierced. As we've mentioned before, finding a reputable and experienced piercer is key, especially for surgically altered nipples. That wraps up nipple piercings. Nipple piercings are a bold and beautiful statement, however they should be taken seriously. Always do your research and find an experienced piercer. We hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all of our socials at Bodyartforms.